Okay. Okay. So yesterday we lined the Bresson-Sams line drawing algorithm for the value of slope lesser than 1. Today we will learn the generalized Bresson-Sams line drawing algorithm which can be applied for the value of m greater than or equal to 1. Okay. I will just write down the algorithm first, then we will discuss and solve a sum.
मैम
बोलो।
मैम बहुत किसी का ना कनेक्ट ही नहीं हो रहा है ये लिंक पर।
ये तो हमें नहीं पता। आई थिंक ना
पता नहीं
जूम
ये
का कुछ इश्यू होगा क्योंकि मेरा भी पहले हम कनेक्ट किए थे, फिर 4 मिनट के बाद ऑटोमेटिक कनेक्शन बंद हो गया, ऑटोमेटिक रिकनेक्ट हुआ, तो जूम का ही कुछ इश्यू होगा, अदरवाइज होना तो चाहिए कनेक्ट। हम मतलब कुछ सेटिंग नहीं करके रखे, ओपन टू ऑल है मेरा सेटिंग।
यस मैम, वो क्योंकि बहुत कोई मैसेज कर रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है कनेक्ट, और पार्टिसिपेंट भी आज देखिए सिर्फ 16 है,
कल
अराउंड
तो
40
30
रहते
था।
हैं।
हो सके तो दूसरा लिंक क्रिएट कर लीजिए ना मैम।
अभी इसको दूसरा लिंक अभी क्रिएट करने जाएंगे ना, तो मेरा राइटिंग चला जाएगा, हमको फिर से लिखना पड़ेगा। ठीक है, वो लोग अगर नहीं घुस पा रहे तो रिकॉर्डेड लाइव देख लेगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। एक दो दिन तो इशू होता है। Okay. So this is the Bresson-Sams generalized Bresson-Sams line drawing algorithm. So थोड़ा केयरफुली समझना, ठीक है, थोड़ा दिक्कत होगा। अच्छा, the A is not there, our power is not there, and my GeoFi is also blinking for the connection. I mean, for the due to power. So if it stops abruptly, we will know that my power has gone off. So we will again continue. First, what was the normal Bresson-Sum line drawing algorithm which we studied? The same concept up to certain point is there. First is, given any two line segments, we first read the line endpoints. So the two line endpoints which are given to me, I read it at first point and the last point. So x1, y1 and x2, y2. Then what? Then in order to follow which algorithm I should follow, I should check for the value of m. If it is lesser than 1, I will follow yesterday's algorithm, or if it is something other than lesser than 1, I will follow today's algorithm. So for that, I will calculate our del x, our del y, and likewise, I will calculate our m. And the next line in your program will be, if the value of m is lesser than equal to 1, greater than or equal to 1, you will follow this entire logic. Then I will do what? We first do what? The first point where we will start our rasterization, the first point we take as the point of my x1, y1. So the first point x and y, from where I am starting the rasterization, is our starting point, x1, y1. Okay. The next is one line, you will see that the sign. This is a new entry. If I will do x2 minus x1 and whatever will be the sign. If it is a positive output, I will consider it to be plus 1. If it is a negative output, I will consider it to be minus 1. It depends on what the line segments are given to you. Fine. So suppose ऐसा कुछ वैल्यू आया कि x2 minus x1 करके हमें -3 आए. Then it's a negative sign. So my sign of it is -3 means -1. So my S1 will become -1. So whatever the value of S1 and S2 is, whatever the sign of this subtraction will be, according to that, I will choose my value of S1 to be +1 or my value of S1 to be -1. Likely, the value of S2 to be +1 or the value of S2 to be -1. If it's a positive, I will consider the value as +1. If it is a negative, I will consider the value as -1. Okay. Now, the fifth line says, a condition is checked. If the value of del y, which I have calculated over here, is greater than the value of del x, then I need to exchange the values of del x and del y. Suppose my del x value is 4 and my del y value is 8. So the value of del y is greater than del x. Then therefore, I need to exchange the value of del x and del y. So the value of del y will go to del x and the value of del x will come to del y. This will be my new del x and del y value, which value I will be using in solving these portions. I will always use the updated values of del x and del y, which will be updated in this line. Okay. So if del y is greater than del x, this del y is greater than del x, then I will exchange the values of del x and del y. If not, I won't exchange anything. If suppose this was the same, then fine, then this is the value, I won't exchange anything. And if exchange occurs, then this exchange flag I need to set as 1. And if no exchange occurs, my exchange flag will be set as 0. Fine. Now, step number 6, we are calculating the decision parameter. The decision parameter here I have named as E. If you want, you can name anything. It's a parameter, it's a variable. So this is the first decision parameter E0, the first one which we have calculated. Mind it, these del y and del x values won't be these two values in step 2. It will be the values which are got from step 5. Exchange होगा तो अपडेटेड होगा, एक्सचेंज नहीं होगा तो अपडेटेड नहीं होगा, ये वाला ही होगा. पर the values of del y and del x I will take from step 5. Whatever according to the logic the value becomes, not from step 2. Fine. So a decision parameter is there and I will run a loop. So suppose a while loop I am running. So from I equal to 1 I will start. From I equal to 1 I am starting. And in the meantime, I am plotting these x and y's. Plot by plot, I am going. What is the logic? The logic is, if your value of E, which you calculated from 6, is greater or equal to 0, you will follow this section. Then, after following step 9, you will go to step 10, 11, 12, and 13. And if the value you got from here is lesser than 0, then you will completely skip step 9 and directly execute from step 10, 11, 12, 13. Is this little concept clear? Because this is the where the people make the problem. They do not see whether it will reach to step 9 or not, and they have a concept that if step 9 is implemented, then only step 10, 11, 12 is implemented. No. If this E values is greater or equal to 0, then step 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 will be implemented. If your E value is lesser than 0, then only step 10, 11, 12, and 13 will be implemented. Remember this thing. Fine. Now, inside step 9, what does it happen? First, I will check whether my exchange value was equal to 1 or whether it is lesser than not equal to 0. If my exchange value is equal to 1, if here an exchange occurred, then I will increment the value of X and my Y will remain as it is. And if the value of exchange from this step is equal to 0, that is equal to not equal to 1, then I will increment the value of Y, but X will remain as it is. Fine. After this step, anyways, after this step, I will update the value of my E, right? Now, after doing step 9, I won't go back to step 6. After step 9, I will go back to step 10. Now I am checking what? Now I am checking if my exchange value is equal to 1, then my Y will be updated or my X will be updated, and likewise my decision parameter will be updated. Step 11, I is incremented. Again, I will go back to step 8 because when I will reach from 11 to step 12, it says if your I is lesser than equal to del X value, then go to step 8. That means this loop, this from step 8 to step 12, I will be go on doing and doing and doing del X times, the concept which we learned, del X times. Okay, fine. So at least if 20% is also understood, we will first solve it with a sum. I hope you have taken screenshots of this too, because now I will be starting solving and you people will be answering me, okay? I will just delete these things, take a screenshot so that okay, fine, screenshot taken, this one and this one. Okay, let us solve the sum. The sum says that we need to solve for a point, consider a point from 0, 0 and 6, 7, and following the algorithm, solve this sum. What will be our first step? Our first step will be to read the two endpoints. So my x1, y1 will be 0, 0, and my x2, y2 will be 6 and 7. Fine. The next step was calculate del x, del y and m. Anyone say the value of del x?
6.
6.
And del y?
7.
7.
And the value of m?
1.16.
1.16, which is anytime greater than, which is anytime greater than 1. So fine, we will apply this algorithm. What was the third line that says initial the starting point as your x1 and x2, right? So my x1, y1 is 0, 0. So therefore, my starting point will be x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. This is my starting point. Fine. Okay. The next line it says the sign of x2 minus x1, I will consider it as s1, and y2 minus y1, I will consider it as s2. So anyone say what will be the sign of your s1 and s2? Mane, what will be the value of s1 and the value of s2? Your x2 minus x1 is 6 minus 0. 6 means plus 6. So what is the sign? Plus or minus?
Plus.
Plus.
Plus. So if it is anytime, if it is plus, we consider it as plus 1, right? So what will be the value of S1? Plus 1. Then what will be the value of S2?
Plus.
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 Plus 1.
Plus 1. So I have got S1 and S2 value also, right? Fine. What does your step 5 says? Step 5 says if your del y is greater than del x, then exchange the values of del x and del y and set the exchange variable value to be 1. Else, do not exchange and set the exchange variable value to be 0. So, according to your sum, is your del y greater than del x?
Yes.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
it is yes, then you need to update exchange the values of del x and del y. So therefore, after step 4, your del x value will become what? And del y value will what?
Del x is 7 and del y is 6.
Right. And since you have exchanged successfully, your exchange variable will be 1. Fine. If this was not the case, suppose some other thing was given where your del y is lesser than del x, then exchange won't happen. Then in this state, the same value of del x will be copied and the same value of del y will be copied. And your exchange variable would have been 0. Is up to this step understandable? Okay.
Yes.
Up to step 5, we have done it. Step 6 says what? We need to calculate the value of the decision parameter. So the decision parameter value E is equal to 2 into del y minus del x. So what is the value of E?
One.
5.
5.
Five.
5.
ma'am.
Yeah, 5. 2 into 6 minus 7. 5. Fine. What does your next step says? That define the increment counter I to be 1. Define it, declare it. So after this, I declared my I to be 1. Clear? The next step, what it says? Plot X and Y. What is the value of your X and Y?
0, 0.
So I will first plot my first point, 0, 0. Fine, I plotted it. Next, it says what? After step 8, we move to step 9. While your E is greater or equal to 0, I will enter the loop. So let's see, is the value of my E greater or equal to 0?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
If it is 0, then I will follow step 9. I cannot jump to step 10. So I am entering inside my loop. After I enter inside my loop, I need to see, is my exchange equal to 1?
No,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, my exchange is definitely equal to 1 because here you have set exchange parameter to be 1. You exchange the values. Exchange equal to 1 means the exchange occurred. Exchange equal to 0 means the exchange did not occur. So yes, your exchange is equal to 1. Then what will you do? You will only update the value of X. Because if your exchange did not occur, then you would have only updated the value of Y. But here, my if condition is true, so only this line I will consider. I won't go to the else part. So fine. So since exchange occurred, so x equal to x plus s1, which is equal to 0 plus how much for s1?
Plus 1.
1. So up to this I got. This else part I won't enter because my condition is false. So I will directly skip to this part. If condition, if it is true, I will execute this line. If it is false, I will execute this line. After that it says update the value of E. E equal to E minus 2 into del X. Okay. So what is the value of E? Just in the previous step.
5.
What is the value of del X?
7.
So what will be the value of E?
Minus 9.
Minus 9.
5. So I have reached the end of my step 9. I will move on to step 10. Step 10 says if your exchange is equal to 1, then update the value of y. Else update the value of x. So is my exchange is equal to 1? Yes. So I will update the value of S2. So what will be this value? 0 plus 1. So it will be 1. And after the condition is checked and these lines are complied, I will do what? Again, I will update the value of E. E plus 2 into del y. So E plus 2 into del y. Now, this E, do not consider 5. Always consider just before the E which is updated. Always. Just before the E which is updated, you need to take that value. So if I take that value, what will be this value of E will become?
3.
3. Perfect. So your value becomes 3. What will be your next step? Step 11, I equal to I plus 1. So your I was 1. Now your I will be set to 2. Fine. Step 12, if I is lesser than equal to del X, go to step 8. So is 2 lesser than 7? Yes.
Yes.
It is true. If it is true, I will straight cut go to step 8. What is my step 8? Plot X and Y. So what is the X and what is the Y I have got? Say
1, 1, 1.
so I will
1,
plot
3.
the next point 1 and 1. Like this it happens. Fine. Okay. So I have reached to step 8. Then again I will check whether I can go to step 9 or not. So what was the last value of E at my hand? The last value of E was 3. So is my 3 greater than equal to 0? Yes, this condition is true. So yes, I can go to step 9. So then I will again move to step 9. Can I delete this portion? I'm deleting this portion, okay? Okay. Okay. So this was the last plot which I got. And what is the concept? If your exchange is equal to 1, which is true for us, I will update the value of X. So my previous value of X is, just previous value of X is 1. So 1 plus 1. It will give me 2. Then again, I will update the value of E. My last value of E was 3. So here 3 minus 2 into 7. It is giving me what?
Minus 11.
Right, minus 11. Fine. Then I will move to my from step after step 9, I move to step 10. Step 10 says y equal to y plus s2 because our exchange is 1. This condition is true for us. Exchange variable value is set to either 1 and 0 from step 5 only. And whatever the value is, accordingly the entire logic or the entire loops will proceed. One time only the value is set for the entire algorithm. So y equal to y plus s2. So anyone tell me what will be the updated value of y?
1.
No,
2.
2. Just here the value of y is
It was
1.
one after calculating.
1 plus 1, 2. Then again I need to do what? After this I need to again update the value of e. So what will be the new value of e?
Minus
1.
11.
इस फॉर्मूला में बैठा
1.
1, right? 1. Good. Then we do what? Increment I by 1. I from I2, I will reach to 3. Then we check. 3 is lesser than equal to 7? Yes. If it is yes, we do what? We move back to step 8. Step 8 says plot the value of x and y. So what will be the value of x and y which we will plot?
2 and 2.
Perfect.
2.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Fine. Then again, I will start. I will see, again, I will see what was my last value of E. My last value of E is 1. 1 is definitely greater or equal to 0. True. I will again enter here. I will see this is true. So my x equal to x plus 1. So like this, it will continue. Okay. And if at any step you get in between doing this, you get any step you get the value of e is lesser than 0. What I will do? I will skip step 9 and I will execute from step 11, 12, 13. And this updation, each and every time I will check this condition. If this condition is true, that is I up to 2 less than equal to 7, I will be doing it. Okay. When my I will become 8, I will stop then and there. I won't proceed further. Okay. So first of all, everyone just write your name. Okay, you people just write your name quickly in the chat box. And those who are interested, all 3 minutes is remaining. You people please do the sum and you people tell me what are the plots which are coming. 1 1 0 0 1 1 2 2 we have got. After that, 5 more plots will come. What are those? Those who are not interested to solve the sum, they may leave the class after giving the attendance. Those who only come for attendance, they may leave. And those who are interested to solve the sum and see whether they are doing it in right, they can tell me. So after 2, 2, it comes what?
3, 3.
Perfect. Again, do it. Try to do after 3, 3, it will plot what? Okay. So please try to do it in your home. Okay. Up to plot 2 was explained in class. In the next class, I think tomorrow I have a class. I will ask for the plots. What are the plots you people got? So if it is matching with my answer, so that we have understood it correctly and you have done beautifully. And if it is not matching, I will again show from plot 2 so that you can understand where you had the problem. Okay. So that's all for today's class. I will just stop here. You people please do the sum at home and we will tally the answers tomorrow.